Wang Chun looked at Xiao Yin as if he were a mere weakling and sneered, "Xiao Yin, do you dare face me in battle? Why wouldn't I?" Xiao Yin stepped forward without hesitation, a faint smile playing on his lips, though the smile brimmed with danger. Wang Chun's voice carried a mocking tone. "He, Junior, you said it yourself. Don't blame me for using my superior strength to crush you." Since Xiao Yin had willingly accepted the challenge, it gave Wang Chun the perfect excuse to teach him a lesson. Otherwise, Wang Chun wouldn't have had a proper reason to deal with him. Who would have thought Xiao Yin could be so foolish? "Let's do it here. This is a dueling ground. The energy from our fight won't spread beyond it, and it can withstand the attacks of even a 7-star Do D." Wang Chun chuckled as he pointed to the large, open area behind Xiao Yin. "Fine," Xiao Yin responded calmly, unaffected by the challenge. "I wonder what Wang Chun will look like after getting his face smashed in," Mu Feng whispered jokingly, his faith in Xiao Yin's victory unwavering. Xiao Yin and Wang Chun entered the spacious dueling ground. Xiao Yin noticed that, while it wasn't vast, only a few dozen meters wide, there was an invisible suppressive force around it. It was likely this force that prevented energy from leaking out. "Remember, this is just a sparring match. We stop when it's enough," Wang Chun said with a polite smile. "Less talk, more action," Xiao Yin scoffed, clearly unimpressed. Since the Earth Hall had set itself against his human hall, Xiao Yin saw no reason to hold back. Even if the senior master of the Earth Hall showed up, Xiao Yin was ready to trample him. "Begin," Wang Chun called out, and the two of them sprang into action at the same time. Wang Chun moved first, unleashing a flash of white Do Qi, cutting through the air like a dazzling beam of light aimed straight at Xiao Yin. Xiao Yin remained perfectly still, as if he were a lamb waiting for slaughter. Is this kid crazy? Wang Chun's strength is at the mid-stage of 6-star Do D, and he's a powerhouse built on sheer physical strength. Even most other 6-star Do D powerhouses would struggle to withstand this strike. Has Xiao Yin lost his mind? The onlookers murmured among themselves. "Heh, there's something terrifying about that kid." Someone from Heaven Hall noticed the hidden confidence behind Xiao Yan's smile and commented on his seemingly calm demeanor. "He's just putting on a show. Too bad fists have no eyes." Wang Chun was momentarily puzzled by Xiao Yan's immobility but quickly dismissed it. Clenching his fist, he channeled his overwhelming power into a devastating strike toward Xiao Yin. Isn't this the same Xiao Yin who'd made waves outside? Wasn't he the one who killed the twin ghost emperors? If he couldn't even block this blow, then all the hype was just empty talk. Fifth senior brother's attack would even give me trouble. I hope Xiao Yin has some luck on his side, the little demoness muttered hesitantly. Boom. In an instant, Wang Chun's punch connected directly with Xiao Yan's body. What the? So tough? Wang Chun's first reaction was disbelief. Too tough. Even with his strength-based Do Qi, he couldn't make a dent in Xiao Yan's defenses. Heh, the immortal body really is terrifying. Even a mid-stage 6-star Do D's attack feels like nothing more than a tickle, Xiao Yin thought to himself, his inner voice calm. If I enhanced it with the power of sacred flame, the defense would be even stronger. As the light faded, Wang Chun finally saw Xiao Yin, his entire body brimming with an overwhelming golden power, as if it had existed since time immemorial, unshakable and indestructible. Is that the Do D body? The little demoness gasped. As the daughter of the Earth Hall's master, she was no stranger to the Do D body. However, due to the sheer difficulty of cultivating it, very few had successfully done so in modern times. After all, just training Do Qi was hard enough. Who had time to work on cultivating a Do D body? Heh, I can't believe this kid got his hands on one of the human hall's treasures. Lucky bastard. When I went there searching for the immortal body, I went through so much trouble and came up empty-handed, murmured a figure from Heaven Hall, who then turned and slowly disappeared. The Do D body, huh? It's been ages since anyone used that thing, Wang Chun remarked dismissively, though he was no longer underestimating Xiao Yin. He knew the Do D body Xiao Yin possessed was far more powerful than anyone he had encountered before. Wait a minute. Isn't that the Do D body? Hasn't it been ages since someone cultivated one? Sure, the benefits are great, but it's a bottomless pit that consumes endless time and resources. The observing disciples whispered excitedly. But this Xiao Yan's Do-Di body is terrifying. He stopped Wang Qin's attack cold. Courtesy demands reciprocity. If that's all you've got, Wang Qin, then it's my turn. Xiao Yan said, his aura surging. A vast power of heavenly flames flooded into him, gathering at his fists. With his immortal body enhancing him, and now infused with the power of heavenly flames, Xiao Yan's strength had skyrocketed. He wasn't afraid of even a peak 6-star Do-Di at this point. Empty boasting. Come at me. Wang Qin sneered coldly, but he braced himself. Something about Xiao Yan's Do-Di body had left an unsettling force lingering within his own body, a violent and scorching energy that increased his pressure by the second. Immortal palm. Xiao Yan shouted, his voice icy as he advanced swiftly. By the time he reached Wang Qin, his killing intent radiated from his smile. You want to defend a woman? Too bad you're not strong enough. Xiao Yan roared as his palm unleashed a torrent of flames, engulfing Wang Qin in a sea of fire, locking him in place. The dazzling explosion of flames lit up the entire dueling ground, threatening to consume everything in its path. This flame, it's terrifying, whispered a figure in the shadows, pausing his departure as Xiao Yan's firepower erupted. Such terrifying firepower. It seems Xiao Yan's reputation is well-deserved, the disciples murmured in awe. Damn it! Fifth senior brother, get up and beat him, the little demoness urged with frustration. SSSS. As the terrifying flame ripples receded, only Xiao Yan and Wang Qin remained standing in the ring, their positions bizarre and telling of the clash just moments earlier. Xiao Yan's face lit up with a smile as he gently placed one palm against Wang Qin's lower abdomen. Wang Qin, who had just raised his right hand to strike Xiao Yan's back, suddenly froze, his eyes blank and his body completely motionless. You've lost, Xiao Yan said calmly, withdrawing his hand. The moment Xiao Yan pulled his hand back, Wang Qin collapsed to the ground, unconscious. Impossible. The little demoness, standing outside the dueling arena, widened her beautiful eyes in disbelief, her face filled with shock. It wasn't just the little demoness. The other disciples watching the duel rubbed their eyes in astonishment, struggling to believe what they had just witnessed. Did I see that right? Just one move. Wang Qin, the fifth senior brother of the Earth Hall, a mid-stage 6-star Do-Di, was instantly defeated? Don't worry, he's fine. He's just unconscious for now, Xiao Yan said, walking out of the dueling arena, brushing the dust off his hands, and addressing Ling Xian. Xiao Yan, what did you do? The little demoness could no longer hold back her fury and shouted at Xiao Yan. What did I do? I didn't do anything. I was simply returning the favor, Xiao Yan said with a shrug, though his tone carried an unmistakable warning. You must have used some underhanded trick. Fifth senior brother is a mid-stage 6-star Do-Di. How could he not withstand even one of your moves? The little demoness voice grew sharp, clearly unwilling to accept what she had just seen. Did I use any tricks? Don't you already know the answer? If you're not convinced, just wait until he wakes up and ask him yourself. Besides, the Earth Hall isn't the only place that has 6-star Do-Di experts, Xiao Yan added, no longer interested in arguing with Ling Xian. You. The little demoness stomped her foot in frustration. After a brief moment of anger, she cooled down. She realized she had been deceived by Xiao Yan. Now that she thought about it, Xiao Yan had already been able to stand on equal footing with her before, and he had just defeated Wang Qin, a mid-stage 6-star Do-Di, with such ease. And the Earth Hall isn't the only place that has 6-star Do-Di experts. Ling Xian's lips parted slightly, and Xiao Yan's words echoed in her mind. Could it be? The next moment, her gaze turned distant. She knew all too well what it meant to be a 6-star Do-Di. If there's nothing else, I'll be leaving, Xiao Yan said, not paying her any further attention. Let's go, Xiao Yan called to Mu Feng as he headed out. I didn't believe it before, but now I finally do, Mu Feng said with a smile, shaking his head. Impossible. When he joined the incense pavilion, his strength was only at the peak of 4-star Do-Di. Even if he flew, there's no way he could break through to 6-star Do-Di in just 5 years. And he doesn't have any sign of the force of life and death in him. It's impossible. The little demoness' eyes filled with fear as she spoke. If Xiao Yin was truly this powerful, then the only ones in the Earth Hall who could possibly defeat him were the mysterious first and second senior brothers. Shaking her head vigorously, trying to clear her thoughts, Ling Xian rushed into the dueling arena, attempting to help the unconscious Wang Chun. Ah, he's burning hot. What on earth did Xiao Yin do? The little demoness cried out in horror when she touched Wang Chen's body, which was scalding to the touch and horribly swollen, like it had been boiled alive. You too, carry him back. The little demoness ordered two onlookers. Even if they wanted to run, they couldn't after being singled out by her. Reluctantly, they obeyed. No, Xiao Yin is too strange. I have to tell my father. The little demoness muttered before vanishing in an instant. Heh, Xiao Yin, you have no idea how satisfying that was. Mu Feng grinned. Those Earth Hall guys keep picking on us just because there are only 5 of us from the human hall. When we don't bother with them, they start bullying our outer disciples. Still, you've probably made things worse with the Earth Hall by doing this. And remember, there are disciples in the Earth Hall who are stronger than 7-star Do Di. We in the human hall? Mu Feng hesitated for a moment. Don't worry. 7-star Do Di or not, if it comes down to a real fight to the death, I'll drag them down with me, Xiao Yin said calmly, glancing toward the distant Earth Hall. Indeed, in the Earth Hall, Xiao Yin could sense several powerful auras that were a challenge even for him, but he remained fearless. Let's go. After causing such a commotion, things won't be peaceful for the next few days. We should probably lay low for a while, Mu Feng suggested. All right, Xiao Yin agreed without much thought. Today's goal had been to send a message to the disciples of the Earth Hall, to stop them from acting so arrogantly just because they had the largest number of disciples among the heaven, earth, and human halls. With that, the two of them left the dueling arena and headed back to the human hall. Xiao Yin was confident that, after this battle, the disciples of the Earth Hall wouldn't be so brazen anymore. After all, the team competition was fast approaching. Heh, what brings you to see me today, you busy man? Within the Heaven Hall, amidst a tranquil forest path lined with simple wooden houses, sat an elderly man in a bamboo pavilion, slowly sipping from a pot of wine. Suddenly, he spotted a young man approaching. This young man was none other than the one who had noticed something unusual about Xiao Yin in the dueling arena earlier, the first senior brother of the Heaven Hall. Heh, Elder Qing, can't I come see you for no reason? The young man smiled as he spoke to the elder. You brat, whenever you show up, it's never for a good reason, Elder Qing grumbled. Heh, Elder Qing, that's not fair. Every time I come to see you, it's for something important, the young man replied politely, his tone respectful. Come, sit down and talk, Elder Qing said slowly. How are things progressing? Elder Qing's expression shifted from lighthearted to serious as soon as the young man sat down. Xiao Yin has returned, and his strength has advanced to the late stage of 6-star Do Di. And on top of that, it seems, there's a trace of sacred flame's power. The young man said, his tone thoughtful. What? Elder Qing's hand suddenly clenched, and the wine pot he was holding shattered in his grip. Are you certain? Elder Qing asked. Yes, today I happened to pass by the dueling arena and saw Xiao Yin and Wang Chun sparring. Xiao Yin defeated Wang Chun with just one move. Although he hit it well, I caught a faint trace of sacred flame when he struck, the young man explained. Heh, that old man Zhu Jin must be up to something. He let the only 5 disciples of the human hall take a leave of absence for years. Xiao Yin, in particular, has been gone for 5 years. It seems that during their disappearance, Zhu Jin must have sent them somewhere. Elder Qing muttered. Elder Qing, about Xiao Yin. The young man hesitated, unsure how to continue. Forget it. You don't need to worry about him. I'll go meet Zhu Jin myself, Elder Qing said, his expression lively, clearly lost in thought. Oh, by the way, it's about time we sent the other 6 from Heaven Hall out. They need some real experience, Elder Qing suddenly recalled. But the team competition. The young man hesitated again. The incense pavilion has nothing more to teach them. The rest of the path, They must walk on their own, Elder Qing responded calmly. As the senior disciple, you can take them to the ghost realm for some training. It might be a good place for them. After speaking, Elder Qing turned into a stream of light and vanished from the pavilion. Elder Qing's strength must be in the top 5 of the entire incense pavilion, the young man murmured, awestruck. A flash of realization crossed his eyes. As the senior disciple of Heaven Hall, how could he not understand the weight of Elder Qing's words? I wonder if it was a mistake, fighting tooth and nail to join Heaven Hall in the first place. The young man sighed softly, his gaze reflecting nostalgia as he shook his head. Xiao Yin and Mu Feng returned to Wuzhou residence, and their lives became quieter. During the day, the 4 of them at Wuzhou residence exchanged combat experiences, occasionally sparring. As for Mu Yingying, since Xiao Yin last saw her, she had not reappeared. If not for the faint traces of her soul power, Xiao Yin might have thought she had disappeared entirely. Is Mu Yingying really preparing to face the Dodi tribulation? Xiao Yin wondered, noticing the lack of movement from Mu Yingying's room for several days. After glancing at her room and seeing no signs of life, he returned to his own space to continue meditating and comprehending the power of the sacred flame within him. Over the past few days, Xiao Yin had made noticeable progress in his control over the sacred flame, a fact that left him quite satisfied. The time Mu Yingying mentioned is drawing near. Could she really be? Shaking his head, Xiao Yin closed his eyes and resumed his cultivation. Inside Mu Yingying's room, she had been in seclusion, adjusting her state since leaving Xiao Yan's room. Her chamber was now surrounded by a brilliant blue sacred flame, and her entire being radiated an intense and terrifying force. A blue sacred flame crystal floated in front of her, gently spinning. Brother, ever since I arrived at the mystic 3 heavens, the sacred flame crystal has been telling me that you're here. Even at the Xinling Royal Palace, it told me the same. Are you really there? Mu Yingying murmured to herself, her eyes filled with determination. Don't worry, brother. I'll work hard during the sect trials, and I'll personally rescue you from the Xinling Royal Palace. After speaking, she continued absorbing the power from the sacred flame crystal, her strength at the peak of 5-star Dodi gradually surging. Within the human hall territory, Elder Zhu sat in his room, humming a little tune. The moment Xiao Yin entered the domain of scorched heavens at the incense pavilion, Elder Zhu had sensed his presence. What delighted Elder Zhu even more was the drastic increase in Xiao Yan's flame power, far greater than when he had last gone to the Xinling Royal Palace. With his formidable strength and immense spiritual power, Elder Zhu easily detected the sacred flame hiding within Xiao Yan's body. This boy, Xiao Yan, has really lived up to expectations. When I sent them to the desert mountain range, it was mainly to resist the extraterritorial evil clan, since by the timeline, the clan's awakening was imminent. But this kid's luck is something else, huh? He even managed to steal a sacred flame. What an enviable kid. When I went there back then, the sacred flame outright rejected me, Elder Zhu muttered, his voice carrying an uncharacteristic tone of satisfaction. With Xiao Yan's strength at the late stage of 6-star Dodi and the addition of the sacred flame, even Elder Zhu had to take him seriously. After all, the power of the sacred flame was no joke. A single mistake, and even someone as strong as Elder Zhu could suffer greatly. Come out. No point sneaking around at your age, Elder Zhu grumbled, a hint of displeasure in his voice. Heh. As Elder Zhu finished speaking, a corner of the room began to distort, and a figure slowly emerged. It was none other than Elder Qing, who had just been advising the senior disciple of Heaven Hall. I heard everything you said. I was wondering why Xiao Yin had the aura of sacred flame on him. Turns out it was your doing, Elder Qing accused, clearly dissatisfied. Elder Qing. Hold on a moment. Let me remind you. This room is full of core inscriptions. A single move from you, and you'll trigger the array. Even with your 9-star Dodi strength, you wouldn't get out of here without taking a beating, Elder Zhu laughed mischievously. You. Elder Qing glanced around the dimly lit room, spotting several faint, powerful light spots. Not daring to act rashly, he could only glare at Elder Zhu, fuming with anger. All right. I was just teasing you. Who would set up such dangerous traps for no reason? Elder Zhu waved his hand, dismissing the array with a chuckle. You're quick to act, Elder Qing said, his tone calm, already accustomed to Elder Zhu's antics. That's why I'm telling you, this kid isn't necessarily weaker than your 7 Heaven Hall disciples. In fact, he might even surpass them someday. Elder Zhu's tone shifted from playful to serious. That sacred flame. It's the one from the desert mountain range, isn't it? Elder Qing gazed into the distance, his eyes deep with thought. Yes. And the extraterritorial evil clan in the desert mountain range has been completely wiped out, Elder Zhu added. What? Completely wiped out? How could someone at the mere late stage of 6-star Do D manage that? Elder Qing's brows furrowed deeply. He was well aware of how formidable the extraterritorial evil clan was. Though he had confidence in defeating them himself, the restrictive barriers of the desert mountain range prevented experts like him from entering. Forcing entry could damage their own life force. Only 3 people in the entire Mystic 3 Heavens know about the Sacred Flame and the extraterritorial evil clan in the desert mountain range. Elder Zhu reassured him, noticing Elder Qing's concern. Those 3 are the Master of the Incense Pavilion, the Master of the Myriad Flowers Pavilion, and the leader of the Poison Sect, right? Elder Qing understood the gravity of the situation. Yes. Our pavilion master stirred up quite the storm in his youth, Elder Zhu remarked with a hint of sympathy. I wonder how he plans to resolve this issue once he emerges from seclusion. After all, one of the parties involved is the leader of the Poison Sect, and the other is the master of the Myriad Flowers Pavilion. Our pavilion master has emerged from seclusion? Elder Qing exclaimed, shocked. Their pavilion master, Fentian, was the true leader of the Incense Pavilion. Before entering seclusion, he had already reached the Docian level. Now that he had emerged, his strength would surely have risen to a whole new level. Shua, keep it down. Elder Zhu motioned for silence before leaning in close to whisper something in Elder Qing's ear. I see. Elder Qing nodded in understanding, realizing why Elder Zhu was being so cautious. Don't blame me and the pavilion master for being overly careful. According to him, even though the Mystic 3 Heavens seems calm on the surface, a true storm is brewing. Because the power of the Ghost Realm has already infiltrated our Mystic 3 Heavens quite deeply. When the time comes, they will launch a devastating offensive, and we'll find ourselves in a highly passive position, Zhu Jin said, his tone serious and filled with concern. Also, the matter of Yanji needs to be dealt with soon. I have a strong feeling that the Xinling royal family is plotting something significant, Zhu Jin added, his words trailing off in hesitation. Yanji, Elder Qing nodded. But how will we pinpoint Yanji's location? Have you forgotten about Xiao? Zhu Jin grinned mischievously. The sacred flames. Born from the same origin, they naturally have a way of sensing each other's presence. This solved Zhu Jin's biggest problem. The reason they had delayed rescuing Yanji was that they didn't know his exact location. They had paid a hefty price to discover that Yanji was being imprisoned by the Xinling royal family, but without concrete evidence, the Incense Pavilion could only wait, gathering information and building up their strength. I'll make arrangements immediately. Elder Qing, aware of the gravity of the situation, wasted no time. He hurried off to carry out the orders. There were only 5 days left before the team competition, and just 1 day before the time Ying mentioned for her breakthrough on the back mountain. That morning, Xiao woke up early, continuing his usual routine of comprehending the power of the sacred flame within him, hoping to gain full control of it before the competition. This must be the place. A guest arrived outside the Wuzhu residence, looking at the large characters on the gate before stepping forward. Is Xiao living here? A polite voice echoed in the courtyard. Xiao had sensed the presence of the man the moment he stepped foot into Wuzhu residence. As the man spoke, Xiao became slightly intrigued. Can't resist making a move, can they? Xiao muttered to himself. But this person's strength is only at the mid-stage of 5-star Do D. What is Earth Hall playing at? Shaking his head, Xiao opened the door and addressed the man with indifference. Yes, that's me. Heh, brother Xiao. You truly live up to your reputation as the pride of our human hall. I've heard how you knocked out 5th senior brother of the Earth Hall. It was so satisfying. The man looked at Xiao Yin with admiration. The 5 members of Wuzhou residence were now the strongest in the human hall at the Incense Pavilion. Before their return, the outer disciples of the human hall were often bullied by the Earth Hall disciples. Though they were only nominal disciples and not officially part of the human hall, they still considered themselves part of the faction. Heh, it was nothing, Xiao Yin said with a faint smile, realizing the purpose of the visit. Oh, right, I almost forgot. The man suddenly remembered. Elder Zhu wants you to come by. It seems he has something important to discuss with you. Elder Zhu, huh? Xiao Yin nodded knowingly. From the moment he stepped into the domain of scorched heavens, he was certain that Elder Zhu had sensed his presence. After all, Elder Zhu had already reached the half-step Doxian realm, and as the top battle array master in the mystic 3 heavens, he was not someone to be trifled with. Dismissing the visiting disciple, Xiao Yin made his way to Elder Zhu's residence. On his way, he overheard bits of gossip, both good and bad. Some claimed that Xiao Yin had overstepped his bounds by knocking out Earth Hall's 5th senior brother, and that the Earth Hall disciples, known for fiercely protecting their own, would soon make things difficult for him. But Xiao Yin paid no heed to such rumors. With his current strength, he was confident in dealing with most of the Earth Hall disciples. Wow, Elder Zhu's strength seems to have improved even more, Xiao Yin muttered as he approached the wooden house where Elder Zhu resided. A dangerous energy radiated from the building, and Xiao Yin, using his keen soul perception, could easily sense the aura. Come in, Elder Zhu's voice sounded from within, calm yet resonant in Xiao Yan's mind. Elder Zhu's strength is truly becoming more and more extraordinary, Xiao Yin remarked with a smile, pushing open the door and stepping inside. As soon as he entered, he felt a powerful force sweep through his body. Heh, the secrets you carry keep growing, young one, Zhu Jin remarked, seated calmly inside the wooden house, watching Xiao Yin. For some reason, Zhu Jin could feel a strange aura from Xiao Yin, almost as if they were adversaries. Heh, Elder Zhu, I gained quite a bit during my trip to the desert mountain range, Xiao Yin said as he walked forward. You absorbed the sacred flame? Elder Zhu asked, his tone neutral but tinged with a hint of fatigue. Yes. Sacred Flame number 35 on the Sacred Flame ranking. Fireheart Heavenly Rock, Xiao Yin said openly, knowing that it would be impossible to hide the Sacred Flame's presence from Elder Zhu. After all, it was Elder Zhu who had sent them to the desert mountain range. There was no point in being secretive. I only intended to let you experience the strength of the extraterritorial evil clan in the desert mountain range. With the presence of the desert's master, I figured you could handle it. But you went ahead and swallowed their sacred flame, Zhu Jin said with a nostalgic smile. The desert mountain range's master, Kuang Mu, a mortal master, was once an equal to the original pavilion master of the Incense Pavilion. Elder Zhu, when the extraterritorial evil clan broke free of their seal, if not for immortal master Kuang Mu's help, I wouldn't have survived this trip, Xiao Yin explained. As for the sacred flame, it was a gift from immortal master Kuang Mu. His soul fragment perished alongside the evil clan, so naturally, the sacred flame passed to me. Heavenly treasures belong to those with fate. But remember, the saying goes, a man without guilt may still be punished if he possesses a treasure. Be cautious, Zhu Jin advised, though he seemed unconcerned about Xiao Yin possessing the sacred flame. After all, Xiao Yin was an extraordinary talent, and Zhu Jin had even considered passing down his own legacy to him. By the way, have you noticed anything unusual since absorbing the sacred flame? Elder Zhu asked suddenly, standing up and looking at Xiao Yin. Unusual? Xiao Yin frowned slightly. The only thing is the disappearance of my Do Qi Si. As an alchemist, I have both a Sea of Spirit and a Do Qi Si within me, but the Do Qi Si now contains no trace of Do Qi, Xiao Yin explained. The Do Qi in your Do Qi Si disappeared? Elder Zhu's calm eyes grew intense, his tone becoming more serious. Yes, Xiao Yin confirmed, before detailing everything strange that had occurred with his Do Qi Si. A flame beast? Elder Zhu frowned upon hearing this, as even with all his experience, he had never encountered such a phenomenon. Every time I make a breakthrough, the size of this flame beast compresses significantly. Even though the Do Qi in my Do Qi Si has disappeared, I can sense that it's been devoured by this flame beast. Xiao Yin hesitated as he explained. From what you're describing, it seems likely that this flame beast is formed from the Do Qi in your body, Elder Zhu surmised. The cultivation of a Do Di has always involved compressing the Do Qi Si. Now that your Do Qi Si has transformed into a flame beast, with every compression it undergoes, your pure Do Qi alone may grant you strength beyond others of the same level. And as your power increases, further compression will bring untold benefits in the future. Elder Zhu, with his vast knowledge, quickly deduced the reason behind the disappearance of the Do Qi in Xiao Yan's Do Qi Si. There's no need for you to fully understand this right now. Just focus on cultivating. By the time you reach 9-star Do Di, you'll naturally grasp the advantages of having this flame beast in your Do Qi Si. Elder Zhu's lips curled into a slightly odd smile as he finished speaking. Xiao Yin, hearing this, rolled his eyes in resignation, clearly exasperated by Elder Zhu's cryptic explanations. Come on, boy. Don't be so down. Do you even realize how many people would kill for a Do Qi Si like yours? Don't act ungrateful. Elder Zhu laughed and teased when he noticed Xiao Yan's glum expression. By the way, Elder Zhu, I've already broken through to 6-star Do Di, but why is there no sign of the force of life and death within me? After some thought, Xiao Yin decided to reveal the secret that had been bothering him. Since joining the incense pavilion, he had sensed Elder Zhu's care for him, whether it was through the Xinling Imperial Pool or the trip to the desert mountain range. What? Elder Zhu's smile instantly vanished, replaced by a look of heavy concern. You're saying there's no trace of the force of life and death within you? Elder Zhu asked in disbelief. It was common knowledge that after reaching the pinnacle of 5-star Do Di, one could advance to 6-star Do Di, but the breakthrough required undergoing a tribulation, specifically, the 6-star Do Di tribulation. If one failed the tribulation, at best their strength would drop by 1 star, and at worst, they could sustain irreparable damage or even die. However, successfully passing the tribulation brought a qualitative transformation in power, with the emergence of the force of life and death. The force of life and death was the entry requirement for becoming a Do Xian. I've checked many times. There's nothing, Xiao Yin confirmed, shaking his head heavily. That's impossible. I've never heard of a 6-star Do Di lacking the force of life and death, except in some extremely rare cases involving unusual cultivation methods, Elder Zhu said thoughtfully. Unusual cultivation methods? Xiao Yin asked, confused. Indeed. Some peculiar paths of cultivation involve training only the physical body, mastering puppet techniques, or devouring the soul power of others. People following these methods may break through to 6-star Do Di without developing the force of life and death, but their strength is still fearsome, Elder Zhu explained. However, without the force of life and death, the highest one can reach is the peak of Do Di. To advance from the peak of Do Di to Do Xian, the force of life and death is absolutely essential. Elder Zhu continued, his mind racing as he processed Xiao Yan's words. But, I never underwent the 6-star Do Di tribulation. Xiao Yan hesitated for a moment before deciding to reveal the full truth. You didn't undergo the tribulation? Elder Zhu's tone took on a hint of anger. Then how did you break through to 6-star Do Di? During my time in the desert mountain range, immortal Master Kuang Mu bestowed the sacred flame upon me. After I absorbed it, my strength surged, and I broke through. As for the 6-star Do Di tribulation, it never appeared, Xiao Yin explained. This is something I'll have to look into. I'll research the records and find an explanation for your situation. It's truly bizarre, Elder Zhu said, his confusion evident. Xiao Yan's lack of the force of life and death despite breaking through to 6-star Do Di was a mystery. I'm grateful for your help, Elder Zhu. Xiao Yin cupped his hands in respect. But do you think I called you here just to discuss this matter? Elder Zhu, having agreed to look into Xiao Yan's issue, sat back in his chair, his tone turning more relaxed. What else did you want to discuss? Xiao Yin asked. Clearly, Xiao Yin hadn't expected that this was the only reason Elder Zhu had summoned him. Have you noticed any effects the sacred flame has had on your soul power since you absorbed it? Elder Zhu finally broached the main topic, his eyes gleaming with interest. Effects on my soul power? Xiao Yin was puzzled but closed his eyes, focusing inward to assess the state of the sacred flame crystal floating within his Do Chi Si. The sacred flame crystal now hovered dimly inside his Do Chi Si, while the flame beast nearby slept soundly. As Xiao Yin inspected his sea of spirit, aside from the massive boost in soul power caused by absorbing soul liquor, there didn't seem to be any other changes. No, the power of the sacred flame hasn't had any noticeable effect on my soul power, Xiao Yin replied, still unsure why Elder Zhu had asked such a question. Really? Elder Zhu muttered to himself, shaking his head in thought. Stop beating around the bush, Elder Zhu. Just tell me. Xiao Yin, now more curious than ever, urged. Hehe, since the sacred flame hasn't affected your soul power, how about you take a look at your spiritual power? Elder Zhu's eyes lit up with intense excitement as he spoke. My natal core inscription in the Naiwan Palace? Xiao Yin was taken aback. Ever since he left the incense pavilion, he hadn't paid much attention to his spiritual power. Not only because he hadn't learned how to cultivate it properly, but also because, despite his potential as a battle array master, using spiritual power was still like a child playing with tools he couldn't fully grasp. Examine your spiritual power, Elder Zhu urged again. The next moment, Xiao Yan's pupils constricted as disbelief filled his eyes. My natal core inscription from the Naiwan Palace. Where is it? Xiao Yan was astonished. Don't panic. It seems that your Naiwan Palace can no longer contain it. So, take a closer look inside your body, Elder Zhu said with a knowing smile. How is this possible? Xiao Yan soon discovered the divine motion natal core inscription, now located just outside his Naiwan Palace. The natal core inscription was slowly spinning, and it was surrounded by Xiao Yan's earthy-colored sacred flame power. With each rotation, the inscription became even more solidified. It seems my guess was correct. Although I don't know the full reason why, there's certainly a unique connection between your spiritual power and the sacred flame. Elder Zhu's voice now brimmed with excitement. What? Xiao Yan was stunned and tried to sense the anomalies within his body. Don't worry. First, focus on determining the level of your spiritual power, Elder Zhu advised as Xiao Yan became flustered. How do I do that? Xiao Yan asked. Concentrate on the patterns surrounding the core inscription, Elder Zhu explained. 1 ring corresponds to 1 level, and 10 rings represent 10 levels. The ranks of Battle Array Masters are divided into White Battle Array Grandmaster, Yellow Battle Array Grandmaster, Red Battle Array Imperial Master, Black Battle Array Immortal Master, and Gold Battle Array Sacred Master. Each rank is divided into 10 patterns, Elder Zhu explained calmly. Yellow? Xiao Yan, upon hearing this, immediately followed Elder Zhu's instructions and carefully focused on the natal core inscription within him. To his surprise, as he channeled his spiritual power towards the core inscription, it began to emit a yellow halo. A 6-pattern yellow array master, huh? Elder Zhu remarked. When this kid first joined the incense pavilion, his spiritual power had barely reached the level of condensation into inscriptions. Yet, in just 5 years, he's advanced to a yellow array master. Such talent! Even I could never hope to match it, Elder Zhu said with a self-deprecating shake of his head. Is that all? Wait, how is this possible? It's turning red? As Xiao Yan continued to examine the core inscription, a rare red light suddenly filled the room. Unlike any other glow, this red radiance carried no discernible power, yet it exuded a chilling wave of death.